So Em and I researched the most Googled career questions, and 7 things kept on popping up consistently. And it dawned on us that if you do this one thing, you will be able to answer at least 3 of those 7 questions.
And you will be set career-wise for life.
So Em, tell our viewers what this one thing is.
So guys, this one thing is the SWOT analysis.
So what is a SWOT analysis?
Great question, Elle. So let's talk about what this acronym stands for.
Okay, great.
S stands for strength.
W stands for weaknesses.
O, opportunities.
And T stands for threats.
Now, guys, this is a tool that is not new. Most of you must already know what a SWOT analysis is, and you're probably wondering, why is this an amazing thing that will change my career for life? Well, we find very few people actually apply it to themselves. It's a tool used most of the time by companies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
when they're doing their strategy,
yes,
when they're looking to decide what products to play, what markets to enter, and it's actually such a good guiding principle.
It is a great guiding principle, and we found from our experience that if you take time to answer for yourself what your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are, you will have an edge in the market over anyone who's in your field, anyone who's trying to do a business that you're trying to do. It's just a valuable tool to use.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's tell everyone more about it.
And great.
Yeah, let's dive in.
So let's jump straight into it. When we talk about the SWOT, it is categorized in both inwards and outwards. When I say inward, I mean things that are in your control. And so the strengths and the weaknesses stand in the inward category. When we look at the opportunities and the threats, these are outward factors that are affecting you that are not necessarily in your control, that you should either exploit or look to mitigate. So great, let's start with strengths. So the first question looks at what is it that you do really well? So this you can answer by either looking at your friends and family and asking them, what is it that I do really well? Or sometimes you already know. So the second question to look at is your qualifications. Is there a certain certification that you have that is very rare and that is in demand in the market? Definitely exploit that. And the third thing that I think is probably one of the key ones is, what are your key achievements? So when you sit down and you really think about what my key achievements are, it helps you guide you in terms of knowing how have you been of impact and how did you manage to do that actually speaks to your strengths.
The second thing to look at in your SWOT analysis is your weakness. Here, you look at what are these things that stand in your way in helping you maximize the strengths that you have, which are within your control, of course. Ask yourself, what is it that you spend time on that does not add value to your well-being? What habits do you need to stop? For example, you could be partaking in excessive alcohol drinking to take away your stress sometimes, and this you find may be affecting your health or makes you unproductive a couple of days after. By examining yourself and asking yourself these questions, then you can be able to identify what weak habits you have that you need to stop. Another question you can ask yourself is, do you have a good business plan if you're an entrepreneur? By a good business plan, I mean, have you written it down? Does it have the vital categories that make your business plan strong, like financials, customers, the segments that there are there, the markets that you could exploit? Sometimes we find business plans tend to be incomplete. They don't have a business model attached to it, And that creates a weakness in an entrepreneur, in them trying to maximize the strengths that they have. Another question you can ask yourself if you are looking for a job is whether your CV is the best CV there ever was. I know that sounds like a crazy question to ask yourself, but it is possible for you to have the best CV. And by asking yourself what are the traits of a great CV and whether your CV meets the standard, then you can figure out how to make your CV the best. Whether it's through hiring someone to help you design it, following our channel so that you can get tips, practical ways in which you can make your CV great, or sharing it with your friends and family so they can give you feedback on how to improve it. Other questions you can ask yourself are, what more certifications can you acquire beyond the ones you have that give you an edge? And whether it's possible for you to even get these skills without needing to be certified, because certifications are expensive. These are the questions that we find, if you answer, will help you identify the weaknesses that are standing in the way of you maximizing the strengths that you have.